every Travis Scott fan is super hyped right now because it looks like for the first time in 40 years, he's getting ready to roll out a new album, which people think is going to be Utopia, but also might be another project called Dystopia. So we're going to break all of that down, guys, in this episode and also get into the potential release date. So if you guys are new here, make sure to hit that subscribe button because we'll be keeping you guys updated with this entire Travis Scott rollout. So, and going into this, how do you feel about the billboards that just came out?
Well, listen, it's very interesting, guys, because we have 4 new billboards that have just been released in Palm Springs in California. So the first billboard reads out, psst, like kind of like, saying like, hey, look over here. And then the other one says, looking for Utopia. And then the third one says, wrong way. And then the last one has the Cactus Jack logo. And it all has the branding within his, branding with that brown that's going on and everything else. And what's crazy about it is that, I believe Mike Dean actually, showed attention towards this as well. And we know that Travis has been working in the studio. He's been spotted working and there has been images that have surfaced. So Lou, hypothetically, and guys, I want you to answer the same question in the comment section, please. How would you feel about, going forward with a new Travis Scott rollout in the month of April? And, how do you see this developing in the future?
Super down for this, bro. And like the billboards give me a lot of hope that it's coming soon. And what's interesting, the reason why I said this might be for Utopia or Dystopia is because the fact that one of the billboards says wrong way, that's very interesting.
I saw some facts speculating about
if
this.
you put, let's say you put looking for Utopia and the response being wrong way, maybe that's Travis saying like, okay, Utopia is coming along, but Dystopia is here first. So if you think you're getting Utopia, you're going the wrong way. And what's interesting is that last year he put out Escape Plan and Mafia, which had those single covers that read out Dystopia, and there were so many rumors of Dystopia coming out before Utopia because we know that Travis Scott likes to put together a mixtape to kind of preview the next album like he did for Astroworld, right?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, even going back to his release dates, if you look at DBR to Rodeo, then you look at Birds in the Trap to Astroworld, everything kind of connects with his rollouts, and that's what's so interesting about this. And I'm not sure about the Dystopia plan because the thing is that I kind of see it being a thing of the past and him going with the new album rollout now. And I think that it is a good time for him to come out with Utopia because, listen, you know what? It is time to roll out new music. It's been this long. And like, think about it. He probably has it worked on and it's probably getting finished as we speak. And there was also rumors about producers saying that, listen, like we've been working on this and Travis is still working on it.
In Cabo, Mexico, yeah.
Absolutely. So there's still development on it. I'm wondering when does this drop and like how does this correlate to the actual rollout? Because take it back to 2018 and this is just kind of a fan theory that I saw on Reddit, and Rocky did the same thing for testing actually, because on the I-10, where these were located or where a similar location, I can't confirm that, but that's what the theory was saying. Testing billboards went up around the Coachella time because there's a lot of hip hop fans apparently that pass by there, when it's that time of season and it creates good promo. But Rocky was not connected to the show whatsoever.
He wasn't performing, right?
And he was not performing, nor did he want to be a guest appearance there. So that's interesting to me. Is this a similar type of rollout? We'll have to see. But okay, let's say this ends up being Utopia. All right, let's really go on to the main mecca here. When do you think this comes out? Because, this has been rumored for a long time now. We know that things have been going on and we're waiting for it as fans. So what's your guess on that whole sort of area?
Bro, I don't see Travis Scott, extending this rollout for too long, to be honest with you, because if you look back at Astroworld, I think there might have been some billboards that surfaced, but what I do know is that he really kicked off the rollout with those big inflatable heads of, Travis Scott's gold head. And what's interesting is that ended up happening. Like those heads started popping up 1 week before Astroworld actually dropped. And then you got the trailer for it a couple of days beforehand. So I feel like the release is super fucking imminent, man. Like I feel like it's going to be coming super soon. And I have a theory, which it's not a fucking, clear-cut theory, but I do think that there's a big chance that he drops it in 2 weeks' time on April 29th because his birthday is on April 30th. So I could see him kind of celebrating his birthday with the album.
How many? But this is
it's the most basic fucking way to go out about a theory, bro.
I know. It's okay though.
But it's still,
speculation.
It's speculation. It's all that we fucking have right now. But I also think about this. I don't think Travis Scott wants to intervene with Kendrick Lamar's rollout because he's coming very soon. He's performing in Milan, Italy, at the end of June. So I feel like that whole Kendrick rollout, probably starting off with a single, is going to happen in May.
I think he doesn't care.
I think he cares. Absolutely. Bro. Kendrick's album is going to be the biggest album, I think, of 2022, and Travis Scott's going to be second to that.
I mean, listen, but that's all theory at the end of the day. Regardless, like Travis Scott's going to roll out a fucking album whenever he wants. Like that's the way I'm seeing it right now. And I also think that when you look at the way that he's rolling it out at the moment, he should be aggressive with it. I mean, listen, it's April. Like we're going into May. It is a good time to be releasing this project, and it will be music that will stick throughout the summer. And I think that the fans really do want it.
So what's your guess then for release date?
Okay, this is what I was thinking. I was saying maybe beginning of May. I think that could be a good release date for him. And regardless, we've seen how successful artists have been with short rollouts. I mean, okay, let's talk about, even going back to something big like CLB. Like the announcement came in like a week after it was out because like all the anticipation had happened beforehand. Tyler, the Creator's Call Me If You Get Lost.
2-week rollout.
That rollout was super short. J. Cole's The Off Season. That happened in like, a flash, and everything just went and then came. So I think that's how these artists are trying to really attack their rollouts.
Then you have the Donda strategy, because there was word that Travis Scott was hosting a listening party. I don't know if that was bullshit, but I ended up seeing something like along those lines on Reddit. So maybe he goes the Kanye rollout in terms of overextending.
Would you like that? Like, how would you feel about Travis Scott taking this and previewing all this music within, let's say, live settings, like kind of how Kanye did it last year?
I don't know, because the whole thing of Travis Scott performing or being on a tour right now, I don't know what the situation's going to be with that.
Well, he was supposed to actually perform at Coachella. He was supposed to be side by side with Kanye
as a surprise guest.
As a surprise guest for the headliner. So I'm just talking about more like what happens if he would regardless of what setting he's in, if he was to go ahead and like let's say live preview this music before it dropped. Do you think that would be a smart move for him going forward with this rollout?
I think
just
it'd be
hypothetically.
Cool. I think it'd be cool just because Travis Scott is always the guy to bring in new sounds. So I feel like it would build up the hype. And yeah, I mean, it's also cool just because we've gotten already leaked versions of a song like Lost Forever, which he also previewed at Rolling Loud. So to see what maybe changes he's done to that and what new material he's been working on, super fucking down to see it. So
I'm on that same boat right now. Like I'm kind of looking how this rollout's developing, and it could end up happening very soon, guys. But regardless, we will be keeping you updated with everything that happens within Travis Scott's new rollout for Utopia. So as Lou said at the beginning of this episode, hit the subscribe button and also like the video if you enjoyed your experience here. We're always making content on the daily and keeping you guys updated with the hottest industry releases. So guys, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.